Have you ever read words on a television or computer screen or mobile? Of course, you are doing it right now. Can you imagine a time when all books will be on computers and there will be no books printed on paper? Would you like such books better? This story, The Fun They Had, we shall read, is set in the future when books and schools, as we now know, will perhaps not exist. How will children study then? Now let's read the story together, The Fun They Had by Isaac Asimov. Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary. On the page headed 17th May 2157, she wrote, "Today Tommy found a real book." It was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. They turned the pages, which were yellow and crinkly, and it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen, you know. And then, when they turned it back to the page before, it had the same words on it that it had had when they read it the first time. "Gee," said Tommy, "what a waste. When you're through with the book, you just throw it away, I guess. Our television screen must have had 1,000,000 books on it, and it's good for plenty more. I wouldn't throw it away." "Same with mine," said Margie. She was 11 and hadn't seen as many telebooks as Tommy had. He was 13. She said, "Where did you find it?" "In my house," he pointed without looking because he was busy reading. "In the attic." "What's it about?" "School." The present story is set in the future when children don't have traditional books and school. Margie, a little girl in the story, about 11 years, makes a diary entry. Tommy found a real book. The entry reveals the date 17th May 2157, showing that the story is set much into the future. The book was a very old one, just like the one that her grandfather had it in his time as a student. Its pages were yellow, and she found it funny to read the words that were not moving like that on the computer screen. When Tommy had the book in his hand, he called it a waste because after one time reading, it could be thrown away. The same feeling was with Margie too. Tommy found that book in the attic, means storehouse of his house, and that book was about a school. Now let's read further. Margie was scornful. "School? What's there to write about school? I hate school." Margie always hated school, but now she hated it more than ever. The mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. He was a round little man with a red face and a whole box of tools with dials and wires. He smiled at Margie and gave her an apple, then took the teacher apart. Margie had hoped he wouldn't know how to put it together again. But he knew how all right, and after an hour or so, there it was again, large and black and ugly, with a big screen on which all the lessons were shown and the questions were asked. That wasn't so bad. The part Margie hated most was the slot where she had to put homework and test papers. She always had to write them out in a punch code they made her learn when she was 6 years old, and the mechanical teacher calculated the marks in no time. Margie hated her school and her mechanical teacher a lot. Her teacher was not a living being. He was an image that flashes on her screen in her study room. He gave her test after test in geography and she was not doing well. Her failure in geography had invited an inspector who tried to trace out the problem. So, her mother asked the county inspector to come and find what was wrong. The county inspector was a round little man with a red face. Margie had thought that he would take her mechanical teacher away completely, but it was not so. The inspector set the teacher right within an hour or so. The inspector had smiled after he was finished and patted Margie's head. He said to her mother, "It's not the little girl's fault. Mrs. Jones, I think the geography sector was geared a little too quick. Those things happen sometimes. I've slowed it up to an average 10-year level." Actually, the overall pattern of her progress is quite satisfactory, and he patted Margie's head again. Margie was disappointed. She had been hoping they would take the teacher away altogether. They had once taken Tommy's teacher away for nearly a month because the history sector had blanked out completely. So she said to Tommy, "Why would anyone write about school?" Tommy looked at her with very superior eyes. "Because it's not our kind of school, stupid. This is the old kind of school that they had hundreds and hundreds of years ago," he added loftily, pronouncing the word carefully, "centuries ago." Margie was hurt. "Well, I don't know what kind of school they had all that time ago." She read the book over his shoulder for a while, then said, "Anyway, they had a teacher." Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. A man? How could a man be a teacher? Well, he just told the boys and girls things and gave them homework and asked them questions. When the county inspector arrived and set the mechanical teacher right within an hour, he told her mother that nothing was wrong with the girl, rather, the screen was too fast for the girl and therefore Margie was having troubles. Now it had been slowed down so that she would be okay with its level. Margie was disappointed when the mechanical teacher was not taken away by the county inspector completely, like they took away Tommy's mechanical teacher because the history sector had blanked out completely. So, this little girl, Margie, who hated school, said to Tommy, "Why would anyone write about school?" Tommy said to Margie that the old kind of teacher was a man who taught in a special building where all the kids went together. The man told the kids things, gave them homework, and asked them questions. The man took frequent tests to find out how much the students have understood. A man isn't smart enough. Sure, he is. My father knows as much as my teacher. He knows almost as much, I betcha. Margie wasn't prepared to dispute that. She said, "I wouldn't want a strange man in my house to teach me." Tommy screamed with laughter. You don't know much, Margie. The teachers didn't live in the house. They had a special building and all the kids went there. And all the kids learned the same thing, sure, if they were the same age. But my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl it teaches, and that each kid has to be taught differently. Just the same, they didn't do it that way then. If you don't like it, you don't have to read the book. I didn't say I didn't like it, Margie said quickly. She wanted to read about those funny schools. They weren't even half finished when Margie's mother called Margie school. Margie looked up. Not yet, Mama. Now, said Mrs. Jones, and it's probably time for Tommy too. Margie said to Tommy, can I read the book some more with you after school? Margie did not want to dispute the fact that a teacher in the form of a human being was as good as her mechanical teacher to teach the kids in old days, as she had no idea of real teachers as the story is set in the future. Both Margie and Tommy have discussion about the old kind of schools which exist centuries and centuries ago and the current schools. Margie tells that her mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl it teaches, and that each kid has to be taught differently. So Tommy replies, just the same, they didn't do it that way then. If you don't like it, you don't have to read the book. So Margie quickly replies, I didn't say I didn't like it. She wanted to read about those funny schools. They weren't even half finished, and suddenly Mrs. Jones, Margie's mother, calls Margie to go to school. Margie looks up to her mom and tells, Mom, not yet, Mom. And Mrs. Jones replies, now, it's probably time for Tommy too. Margie said to Tommy, can I read the book some more with you after school? Maybe, he said nonchalantly. He walked away whistling the dusty old book tucked beneath his arm. Margie went into the schoolroom. It was right next to her bedroom, and the mechanical teacher was on and waiting for her. It was always on at the same time every day except Saturday and Sunday, because her mother said little girls learned better if they learned at regular hours. The screen was lit up and it said, today's arithmetic lesson is on the addition of proper fractions. Please insert yesterday's homework in the proper slot. Margie did so with a sigh. She was thinking about the old schools they had when her grandfather's grandfather was a little boy. All the kids from the whole neighborhood came laughing and shouting in the schoolyard, sitting together in the schoolroom, going home together at the end of the day. They learned the same things so they could help one another with the homework and talk about it. And the teachers were people. The mechanical teacher was flashing on the screen. When we add fractions half and 1/4, Margie was thinking about how the kids must have loved it in the old days. She was thinking about the fun they had. By Isaac Asimov. Margie's schoolroom was right next to her bedroom, where the mechanical teacher was on and waiting for Margie. Her school was open every day except Saturday and Sunday. Margie's mother believed that girls learn better if they do it regularly. The mechanical teacher, that is, the screen lit up and started, was going to teach lesson on arithmetic. It was about the addition of proper fractions. Margie had no interest in it. Margie had to put yesterday's homework in the proper slots too. The mechanical teacher never forgot to ask for the homework. Margie, with a heavy heart, had to put the homework in the proper slot, which she hated. Margie was sitting in front of her mechanical teacher, but she was thinking of the good old days when the kids had a common time and place to study. She was also thinking of the human teacher that used to teach them. She was thinking of the fun they had at the school. Margie was being nostalgic. Dear children, in this chapter, The Fun They Had, the author tries to tell us about the classrooms and schools of the future. They will be generally automated with robotic or mechanical teachers. The story describes the feelings of two students about the schools of the past. They loved the schools of the past and wanted to be a part of that. They rejoice at the feeling of being taught by a human teacher. They anticipate the fun of being together with other children of their age. Dear children, I think all of you have now practically experienced what is it like staying at home and going to school, which you are doing right now. I hope all of us will meet soon and all of us will get the good old days back. I hope you have understood the lesson, the fun they had. Thank you. Happy learning.